Hello, fellow collectors. I'm Anthony with Anthony's Comic Book Art, and I'm here with Bob Layton,
Hey, guys.
historical Iron Man artist, and a guy that worked on the original movie as a consultant, right?
The first two.
Yeah, first two. That's awesome. Now, as far as your whole comic book career and the historical Demon in a Bottle, did you have something to do with writing that as well?
All the Iron Man that you read from my two runs, or whatever, were all done in conjunction with David Michelinie and I. We were a writing team.
Was that coincidingly when you made your lifestyle change?
No, that was more like me doing a cry for help. I mean,
that's interesting.
We wanted to change, get rid of the heart attack, because even back then in the late 70s, heart transplants were commonplace.
Mm-hmm.
So you telling me the smartest guy in the world couldn't fix his own heart, And we wanted, since we were creating this new corporate world with Justin Hammer and all these Roxxon Corporation, all this stuff, we thought we wanted to give him something, the sword of Damocles that was hanging over his head. And for most high-pressure businessmen, they succumb to drugs or alcohol and stuff like that. And so we wanted to do something substantial about that.
Hookers.
And I was, that too. Well, Tony Stark did not need hookers, okay?
Oh, yes, he did.
No.
He was like,
he's
what's
the
his
richest,
face?
best-looking guy in the
pay him to
Marvel.
leave.
Nah, he's the best-looking guy in the Marvel Universe. He does not need hookers, okay? But the point of it is, I was in my own struggles with that, too. And as the more successful I got in the industry, the more you partied, right? And it's like, see, I never knew my dad. My dad left when I was really young. I did not find out until later in life
that you were genetically
yes, that every man on the Layton side of the family died of alcohol-related disease. My mom never talked about him because it was painful for her to talk about my dad. He abandoned her with 4 children. And it's like my mom
went off and drunk himself to death.
Yeah, he did. I never met him. When I got sober myself, I wanted to go find him. And my mom said, "No, honey, he died years ago." But the thing is, had I known that, I don't know if it would have made a difference or not.
Mm-hmm.
But always knowing your background and knowing that, because there is a genetic marker for that.
Yeah.
Right. It's
which
not
I carry as well, and that's why
it's not a character flaw.
No.
It's like I said, my lineage on the paternal side is just like a who's who of and how they died from alcohol-related disease. So what happened with me, funny story, as I got more and more successful, the partying went on more and more, right? Until I was in Denver, Colorado. I was doing X Factor. X Factor was the #1 book in the history of Marvel sales. It was a huge thing. Yeah, so 750,000 copies at the time is unheard of, right? And they sent me on this tour, expenses paid, all to the bigger comic shops all around the country, right? And of course, I'm partying my ass off. So I go to this dance club in Aurora, right? And I'm doing shots with this really cute cocktail waitress there, and I'm giving her a little bumps of blow and all that kind of stuff, right? And then I black out. And 3 days later, I come out of it, and I'm very clear. And the next thing I did was check myself into me. Yeah, and it's been 36 years next week. Thank you. How about you?
April 85. April 85. So that's why I wanted to just, no one else is going to talk to you about this, and I wanted to just touch base with you.
I'm a big supporter. You saw over there, I'm taking money for alcohol awareness programs.
Oh, okay.
Whenever I sign the Demon in a Bottle, I'm charging extra money, so that money goes to those programs.
So I was a visual artist. I was a photographer in New York, an advertising photographer, and part of what held me back was that I was sober and not going to go out partying with all these people, with my agent, with all the reps and the account with people. I kind of held me back in that respect because I wasn't going to go and party with them. And, I just needed to have my own agency in life. And that's why I built this business where I didn't have to answer to anybody or have to try to, go with the crowd, because I wasn't.
Right.
I was different.
Well,
I wasn't going to drink. I wasn't going to
Let's talk about social pressure, young viewers. Because, like, for instance, I tell people, I don't like beets. It's just I don't like them texturally or whatever like that. But there is no social pressure to force me to eat beets. Nobody thinks twice about it. Because you say, I don't drink, a different dynamic happens.
Yes.
Because people do not want to drink alone.
It's like exclusionary in a way.
It's like watching sports. People don't want to watch sports alone either. They'd rather watch with a crowd of guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
a crowd of
And
people.
be drunk.
And be drunk, right. As my therapist said to me, once she realized that I had gotten a grip on everything, right? She said, nobody in the right mind would choose to live like that. That's when you know whether you're really truly sober or not. Because the thought of drinking has never crossed my mind. Because I know damn good and well I would never choose to go back to that life. Never choose consciously. So if you're having trouble out there, talk to your friends, talk to your family, and remember that the root causes are much deeper than just the genetic part.
Wow,
With me, it was like that. My dad being gone, I always had these feelings of worthlessness because I was abandoned by a parent. And the more successful I got, the more like a fraud I felt. You know,
you had to manage those feelings.
Yeah, so no, that's my therapy was such a really wonderful thing because once I achieved some level of self-esteem for myself, sobriety was really easy.
I call
much
that
easier.
My when I went to treatment, my reparenting phase.
Yes, she was the best mother that money could buy.
I did that by going to live in Europe, away from my family and away from my dysfunction, away from my root causes of why it was such a painful process. Because I got sober, I only drank for about a year, drank and drunk for about a year and a half. I got sober at 21.
Oh, well,
so
see, I had a good 10 years at it, maybe.
Thank you so much for sharing.
And everybody out there, if you need help, you reach out. Even if you have to email either one of us, I'll respond to you. Okay, if you
we
need
can
help,
be long distance sponsors and help you.
I all the time. I have been the unofficial spokesperson for sobriety in the comic industry now for like 45 years.
And I'll be your lieutenant.
All right, there you go, guys. Thank you for watching.